Hey, this is Fred the coach.
And this is The Beacon. And this is the Point Blank Perspectives podcast.
And today we really need to talk about something.
What are we going to talk about, Coach?
We're going to talk about respect.
Ooh,
Respect.
RESPECT.
Oh, yeah, we're going to talk about respect because respect comes in a lot of different forms.
It do, even when you spell it, because the bull said, put some respect on my name. I ain't going to tell you no more.
Right. Respect comes in a lot of different forms, as I was saying again. You could come from a relationship. That's big when it comes to respect.
And even relationship. I mean, you got your romantic relationships, you got your friendship relationships, you got your parenting relationships, you got your mentoring relationships. So it's a ton of different types of relationships where respect is important. All relationships, period.
Right, and and then you got your friends with respect.
Right.
You know, and for when I'm thinking of respect, and then I'm thinking of just in general, there's a lot of times when a person sits up there and they'll sit up there and say, well, you need to respect me like I respect you. What? I get it. You how can I say?
So wait, hold on. What's wrong with that?
Because I may respect you a certain way. Mm-hmm. I may sit up there and say, you know what? I respect you for what you do for me. I respect you for what you did 3 years ago. Mm-hmm. But now, there go out there. I don't respect you, man. Get out of here, man.
So you saying your respect, the way you respect people is based on current.
No, not me. I'm just saying some people.
Oh, gotcha.
No. I'm not saying me.
All right. Sorry. So, but what you're saying is, if I'm hearing you correctly, you're saying that respect in some cases is based on what you've done lately, and not based on like whatever you did back in the day. No, that's true. That's real. Because I mean, relationships change, right? I mean, you go through situations where the respect is there just because you might look up to somebody. Right. And then you get older and now you've surpassed where that person who you respected was. And now the respect has changed. It's not to say that you don't still have respect for that person, but you might not be in awe of that person and respect them from that perspective. Right. Now it might be more of a thing of, I respect them for showing me what they showed me, or I respect them for taking me in at the time when I didn't have, or that, when I was trying to figure it out. But now I'm here. Right. Like I'm at a higher level now. So no, that definitely makes sense.
And if we're gonna talk about respect in between a man and a woman, in a relationship, and I, like I said, when you marry, there's a lot of times when I respect you, but then you get in an argument and y'all have a disagreement about something.
I hope it stay respectful.
Man, you gotta be joking. And I can speak for myself. Me and my wife, we've been married, I said it before, 15 years. And
put that applause button at. We gotta clap that up.
Okay, we're gonna clap that up.
15 years.
We're gonna clap that.
That ain't easy these days. You gotta clap that up.
Yeah, and
I can't even get 15 minutes. Why do I want me, man?
Please. And we might have had maybe 3 arguments.
In 15 years?
And maybe, I'm going to say 4.
In 15 years?
In 15 years. That's it.
On the next podcast, our special guest will be.
Because.
We need confirmation.
Because what I don't understand is, how can I sit there and I don't respect the person I sleep next to?
That's real.
That is now,
especially when that's your wife, because that's crazy to not respect your wife to me.
But a lot of times when it comes to arguing, men and wife, they sit up there because what happens is you'll tell your wife something, or you tell your husband something. Mm-hmm. That's a confidential. And they use it up in an argument. That's not, I don't respect you. I'm going to use it in an argument. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to win. Well, that ain't, come on, man. No. I respect you, but I won't respect you. But I respect my homie that can talk to me rough. But I won't respect my wife that's maybe saying the same thing and saying it lovely. But I ain't trying to hear what you got to say.
All right, so hold on, because now, I mean, you giving it to us from the married perspective,
Right.
but I mean, you wasn't always married. You were single
Right,
before,
right.
so I guess, how did you feel about respect from a spouse, or not even a spouse? I won't even say a spouse, but how did you feel about the importance of respect before you got married?
Well, for me, and again, I can only speak for me, and,
Right.
and
As
there's
you
men
should.
that probably feel the same way I feel. I look at it as I have sisters and I have a mother.
Right.
So first of all, that's where the respect come from.
Mm-hmm.
Cause I was always taught, you don't disrespect your mother.
Right.
You shouldn't.
Right.
But we know these days and time is different. But
It ain't different.
okay, well, that's,
No. When I say that, I don't mean that it's literally not different. I mean that the morals are still there in some cases. It's just that people, for whatever reason, turn a blind eye to them. Like I think that people over time have gotten to a point now to where the respect is not expected.
right.
So like what you're talking about right now is you have a respect for women because that was what was expected of you as a man.
Yes.
And I'm saying that in today's world, I think we have a lot of men, or I ain't gonna say a lot of men, but there's some men where it seems as though they don't expect for a woman to. Am I saying that the right way? They don't expect for a woman to respect them. You get what I'm trying to say?
Oh, I know what you're trying to say.
Yeah. What am I trying to say?
Hey, I know. I think I have an idea of what you're trying to say.
What am I trying to say?
But so I hear you. Believe me, I hear you. It's not
Been a
that they
long day.
it's not that they don't, the woman don't respect. Let me and I can't really speak for a woman, so I'ma just do general.
Fair enough.
I'ma do general. Most people will respect you if they think you deserve the respect. I don't care what you is. If you act like you don't deserve the respect,
Facts.
okay, all right, I ain't respecting you. I don't respect nothing you say.
Right.
But if I respect you because I may be scared of you, or I respect you because what can I get out of you?
Yeah. Status.
Yeah. What can I get out of you to respect you?
Because what's crazy is I saw this clip one time on social media where this married couple, so that it was their wedding day, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I guess it was the groom. The groom must have surprised his wife and had like a performer come to their wedding and sing.
Well, that's decent.
But when the performer
What
came,
you mean, but?
I'm about to tell you.
Oh gosh.
When the performer came out, so let's just say it wasn't this person, but let's just say it was Usher, right?
Okay, go ahead.
So when the performer came out, the wife went crazy, like got down on her knees and was hugging on the boy legs and all that. And I'm just like,
That's disrespectful.
very disrespectful. But I'm just saying, this is one, it's your wedding day.
Mm-hmm.
Two, your husband went out his way to do something very nice and thoughtful for you on y'all's day, because it's not about you for real, it's about y'all on that day.
Mm-hmm.
Now, to me, when I saw that, I was like, this is levels of disrespect, like levels. And then she's literally like, the guy is singing, so it's not like he's doing anything like gyrating or nothing like that.
Mm-hmm.
But he's singing, and the whole time he's singing, she's on her knees holding this man like by his leg.
Don't do that. Don't.
I'm telling you what.
So then my question I need to ask you is, what was the groom doing?
He was standing there like shocked, but it was almost like he didn't want to make a scene, but he didn't like go grab his woman, or he didn't get angry with the dude or nothing like that. But you could tell he was kind of just like, you doing too much, but he didn't know how to address it.
All right. Well, let me speak for myself. Okay. let me speak for myself. I am going to walk over there. See.
Now, who are you addressing? Because I want to hear this. Who are you addressing in that situation?
I'm not going to address the singer.
Like, right.
But before he even come out, and grooms, make sure you listen to what I'm getting ready to say. Before this happens, you get a chair. Let your wife sit down. Matter of fact, you get 2 chairs.
Right.
One for you and one for her, and y'all sit there and y'all enjoy
the performance.
Right. But if you sit up there and you draped around him like you at a strip club or something, Chippendale. What the hell is going on here?
It was almost like all right. So you know when a dog humps somebody's leg.
I know what the hell you talking about, man.
All she had to do was start humping his leg, but she was draped around his arm like that. I mean, his leg like that.
And that's when you're talking about a relationship, that's very disrespectful.
Very.
That's disrespectful on one of the highest levels you can be disrespectful in.
Facts. Now I don't have the follow up. Like I don't know.
It don't even matter. I can imagine if I'm actually looking at this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking at the groom. Like, what you gonna do?
Wait, are you saying you're looking at the groom as the performer, or are you looking at the groom as like how are you looking at
if I'm in the audience and
if you're at the wedding.
If I'm at the wedding,
right. Okay.
And that happens,
mm-hmm.
I am and I see that the person that's singing is not gyrating in her face and none of that.
Right.
He just standing there because that could be uncomfortable for him too.
Right.
And you do that. And I'm looking at this wedding, I'm here, I look at the groom. Because you have to immediately fix that.
Yeah.
You cannot sit there and be like, just stand there like you don't know what to do.
Right.
No. That's disrespectful.
Now, I'm going to tell you this, because we're talking about respect.
We're talking about
all
respect.
Different levels, right?
All different levels.
Now, here's a question for you.
Okay, I'm listening.
Who do you think the right person is to approach her about that in terms of that being disrespectful? Like, who would you say on that day at the wedding, who would you say should be the person to address her?
The groom. Immediately. The moment as she's going to do that act, the groom has to immediately get there because that's a stain for the rest of your life.
I don't disagree with you. I don't, but I have a different answer. And it's only because I have a different perspective.
Go ahead. Or let me hear your answer and your perspective. I'm listening.
So my answer would be, and it's 2 answers actually.
Okay.
It should either be the mother or the maid of honor.
Okay.
And the reason I'm saying that is because if any of them are in a healthy relationship, or if any of them value the relationship that you have, they should stop you from embarrassing yourself, and they should keep that man from having to, I guess, react in that moment. But I'm not saying that man shouldn't react. But I guess from the perspective that I'm looking at it at, if they're standing there saying that it's okay and I have to jump in on my wedding day, I'm looking at them like, y'all don't respect me because y'all think this is okay. Now, I guess tell me how you feel about that perspective.
No, because we don't want to harp on this situation, but no, again, I am getting ready to marry this woman, and every time you won't even think about my wedding day, except that situation,
right?
And you're gonna look at her like, well, she was tripping, but you're gonna say, well, dang, why the groom ain't do nothing? Us as men, we're going to be like, yo, he going.
It depends. Because my thing is this, and this is why I'm saying the women, right? Because if the women step up in that situation, they should step up quick. Like, he shouldn't even have a chance to react. Because most men aren't going to react the right way.
Right. Go ahead. Okay.
So my thing is, if you sit there and you leave it to that man to have to react, you jeopardizing the whole situation. Whereas because if he reacts, right,
mm-hmm.
he could either react to that performer, even though the performer ain't do nothing, but he just feels like I can't hit her or I can't do what I want to do to her, so I'm gonna do it to you because you caused it. Some men, I'm saying some men act
I
like
got
that.
you. I got you.
Then you have the woman who is like, he could just go the complete wrong way, rightfully so, in a way, in addressing her that could mess up the whole thing. So my thing is kind of when I think about weddings, right? And I've been in a number of them. Head usher in charge. You already know what that is.
Go ahead.
But your job in those weddings is to make sure that the bride and the groom have no distractions or disruptions, and it's supposed to be a beautiful day. So I guess for me, I'm looking at the mother and the maid of honor and saying to myself, I'm expecting y'all to check her and stop her from embarrassing me, herself, and this ruining this entire day. Because y'all are supposed to be like her best quality people.
I can't say.
You get what I'm saying?
All right, I'm gonna go with you a little bit. I won't say the mom,
Okay,
but I can get a maid of honor, but I won't say the mom because the
That's fair.
mom is too far away.
that's fair.
The maid of honor is right there.
Right.
So so all right, but that's. So let me ask you a question, the Beacon. So now you're out, and you're out with a young lady, and you sitting there and y'all walking. Oh no, y'all sitting down eating,
Okay.
and you the conversation
And we by ourselves.
is just y'all two,
All right.
and she get on the phone. Is that respectful or not respectful?
While we on a date,
Yeah,
who you talking to?
I'm asking you. I don't know. I'm just
So
saying.
you just saying if she's on the phone while we on a date,
And she gets on the phone, start texting, and
Yes.
because that's what y'all
Yes.
that's what y'all do. These
Well, let me say it this way. Overall, yes, it's disrespectful,
Okay.
but it also depends on like how frequent and how long are you texting, and who
Okay.
and who are you texting?
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? Because maybe you texting your kids to say, "All right, make sure y'all get ready for bed. I'm gonna be out. I'll see y'all tomorrow morning. I love y'all."
Okay.
And that's the only text you send out for the night.
Okay.
Or you answer your phone. You checking on your kids, or maybe you talking to your sister because maybe your sister had a long day, and you just like, "All right, girl, I just want you to know I'm out on this date." Boom, 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 whatever. That's cool.
Okay.
But if you texting some dude, and I don't care if y'all did anything or not, but if you texting some dude while you out, and then also, how long we been dating? This is the first date? We've been dating for a minute?
Let's go with the first date.
Oh yeah, no. First date is first impression.
Okay.
So you showing me from the door, like this is, you showing me from the door that person has more relevance than me.
Okay.
Because all I'm asking for, if it's a first date, I only need a couple hours,
Right.
if that.
Okay.
So give me that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And if you can't give me that, you kind of showing me like either you're not interested or this other person has your attention more than I do.
Okay. So for me and Angie, you've been married over 10 years, whatever. You both gonna get on the phone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And that's the thing. I'm not saying you can't. So that's why I said that duration part is important.
No, I'm talking about for us.
Yeah. No, I got that.
You know what I mean? We
got
married.
that.
We just yeah.
Because even so, like even when you just dating, right? So it's like, all right, first date, I should have your attention because we trying to get to know each other, or whatever. If we've been dating a couple times and I've been around you for a minute, or maybe I knew you for a while and now we just happen to start dating, yeah, I'll be more receptive to you getting on your phone and texting and all that. But at the same time is my time. I'm one of them people, like. Because if I got to split my time with you and somebody else, then you might as well go be over there.
We don't get too deep too much because we gonna talk about that.
I'm just saying,
and
man.
if you get so
You gonna respect me?
Okay, there you go. That's right. You gotta respect. So again, we talking about respect. It really depends on the situation, who the person is that as far as respect. Because again, I say this and I say this again. If I don't respect you, it don't matter what you say to me. I don't care who you are. And a lot of times you may get respect because I'm scared of you or what can you do for me?
Right.
And it's a shame.
Do you think that's more relevant in? Because we speaking from a male perspective. Do you think it's more? Do you think that's more relevant in male to female relationships or male to male relationships?
I think it depends on who the two people are.
Explain.
Because if you're talking about I'm scared of you, we're not talking about, not unless they are married or they're boyfriend and girlfriend and there's some type of physical abuse. Let me just say we don't condone physical abuse
at all.
Let me say
That's
that now.
suckers.
But if it's some type of abuse, mental or physical abuse, then yeah. But yeah, we gonna go. Yeah, I don't the respect. But if it's man on man,
Oh, pause.
okay, yeah, okay, all right, okay, right, okay. I forgot. I don't.
No, you good. Go ahead.
I'm not
man.
with the pause.
Yeah, go ahead. Go
No,
ahead.
no,
go
right.
ahead.
But if it's two males, it depends on what that situation is. If you've been legitimate friends and y'all been through some stuff, no, it's just a mutual respect. But if we friends and I may know you from this person, whatever it may be, it may be the situation all tag. What can I get out of this person?
Yeah.
How does this benefit me? So you know what? Okay, I'm gonna respect the person, or I like what you say. I dig what you're saying, man. I respect what you're saying. There you go. It depends on that situation. I respect what you're saying, but again, if somebody don't respect you, whew, that's tough.
If you ain't got respect, you ain't got nothing. I remember when I first went to college, we had this assignment, and they was like, I think it was love, respect, and commitment, and you had to pick the order in which you chose those three things. I can't remember if it was specifically for a relationship or if it was just in general. Like how did you value it? Matter of fact, it was for relationships. And what I said respect was my number one.
Okay.
And I think love was my number 3, and commitment was my number 2. Reason being was because, to me, if you don't respect, like you said, if there's no respect between us, we have nothing.
Right.
Because you can love me and not respect me.
Right.
In a sense.
Right.
Like, well, let me say it this way: you can tell me you love me, but not respect me.
Okay.
Because I don't believe that you can truly love somebody and not respect them.
Okay.
I think if you truly love somebody, you would never, I ain't gonna say never, but the odds of you disrespecting that person is slim, because you'll always remember, if you love them, you'll always remember, I love this person, let me deal with it in a respectful way. So there's always some level of respect that I think that is connected to love, but you have to have that respect first.
Right. Okay.
So, but I remember when I said that, the teacher at the time looked at me like I was crazy, because I guess he was expecting me to say love first. And I told him, I said no, because for me, you have to have respect before you have anything.
Okay.
And then the next thing was commitment for me, because my thing was, if we're talking about a relationship, if you respect me, then the next thing is I need you to be committed to me. Because if you respect me and you committed to me, then I know you love me. But a person could tell you they love you and either not respect you or not be committed to you. That was my feeling of it.
I can sit there and love you and be committed to you, but not respect some of the things you do in this relationship. Let me say that again. I can be committed to you. I can love you. But some of the things you do, I don't respect you at all. So when you're saying that, are you saying I respect everything you do, or just respect in general?
I'm looking at respect as it has to be a way of life within that relationship. So I'm looking at it as not that I respect what you do. I'm saying that we should be respecting each other in a relationship.
Okay. You shouldn't be disrespecting a person.
Right? Because if you love that person, you shouldn't, like, to me, if somebody loves you, they're not going to disrespect you. They could be pissed off at you, right? And if they love you, they're going to deal with it. They might every once in a while say something crazy, or they might do something wild. But I'm just saying that if they love you, for the most part, they should be able to deal with things respectfully. And y'all might not even start at that point. Like, y'all might have to grow to that point. But if it get to the point where y'all been together for a minute and y'all calling each other out y'all names and throwing stuff at each other and doing all that kind of crazy stuff that people do that don't have no respect for each other, what are y'all doing? Like, to me, that don't make sense to me.
But if that's what I know what respect looks like, because that's
But that ain't respect.
but now you're saying what I'm saying to you is this is what I see respect is.
Oh, you saying these are the examples of what?
When I was growing up,
Yeah.
my example of love and respect towards each other in a marriage was my uncle
My dad beating on my mom or something like that. Yeah.
or my uncle. They sit up there, cuss each other out at the family Thanksgiving and all that. Yeah, F you, go ahead, you B. You know?
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
And everybody laugh about it. So as I'm going
So
up,
you've been conditioned to think that that's how respect should be.
but it's nothing to matter about if I sit there and call my wife a B because that's what I seen.
Right.
My family do. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Right. And a lot of times you don't know about something not unless you was taught it or you seen that.
Facts.
That's the only way you're gonna know something.
Yeah.
So if that's what I think respect is, mm-hmm. how I respect women is because, I seen my dad or I seen my uncles do certain things to women as I'm growing up, and nobody in the family, not even my grandmother, the matriarch of the family, never even checked them, mm-hmm. or no other man in my family checked him. Oh well, that's the cool thing to do. Okay, yeah, I seen how he cussed out cousin Shirley. Yeah. So I guess that must be what are we supposed to? I'm good.
Yeah, no, I get that.
You see what I'm saying? So or as I'm growing up, I seen my. I'm not saying me, not my mom and dad, but if a person grow up and they see their mother and father, what you just said, mm-hmm. they fighting out in the street, he hitting all on her, and she still love it, and mama, I guess she respect him, and she's still behind that, she still cook dinner for him, and know he out there cheating, and right. and then that's respect. She respect him. She show him respect when she sit there and cooking dinner. She show him respect because anytime he say, "Come on, girl, give me some," and she open her legs up or whatever, and they have sex. So in my mind, oh no, I guess that's as I'm growing up as a kid, not me again. As a person is growing up as a kid, and that's what they see, mm-hmm. and that's what they're conditionally taught.
Right.
Oh, that's respect to me. So now when I get in a relationship, okay, well, this is what I know respect is towards a woman. This is how I act. I'm showing you respect.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I can do whatever I want to do to you. You just have sex with me and cook me food, whatever.
Right.
And when it comes to friends, that's a fine line you gotta really be careful with. Especially these days.
Yeah. True.
Because even when I was coming up, respect, it's different. It's different from each generation. It should be the same. Mm-hmm. Respect is respect across the board, depending on what it is. But respect is real foggy now. I can respect you one day and want to kill you the next day. Depends on the situation. Especially if we in the streets. I get and now money come a little funny. Oh yeah. I respect you, you my man, but I'm gonna kill you, man.
Right.
Cause you messed up this money.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So to me, respect, it gets a little shaky, and it depends on between the two individuals and what that situation is dealing with. So that's the way I see it. What about you?
Yeah, no, I agree, man. But I think respect is so important, regardless of male relationships or friendships.
I agree.
Or romantic relationships. I think it's important because to me, just in general, if you don't have respect, you don't have nothing, man.
That's true.
I don't care if you're talking about your homies, your lady. If you don't have respect, you don't have nothing.
That's true.
So, like, I just can't be in the situation with somebody, regardless of the relationship, if I know for a fact that they don't respect me.
Right.
Or hell, if I don't even respect them, I can't do it.
Right.
Because I feel like if I don't respect them, then I'm just wasting my time, and I don't like my time being wasted.
Right.
So I try to surround myself with people who I have a respect for. Now that respect might look differently across the board. I might respect you for what you do. I might respect you for how you show up for me. I might respect you for your accomplishments. I might respect you for just how you carry yourself. You know, it's a number of different reasons why people can respect somebody, but there has to be some level of respect in the relationship that I'm in.
Right.
Because like I said, if you don't have that, then you don't have nothing.
Right.
So
I think so let me ask you this question.
sure.
When was the worst time you seen, or you might have talked to somebody and it was about respect, and when respect was the topic? All right, let me go first. Can I go first? I'll go first.
I mean, you asked me a question, then you went first. So go ahead.
Okay, go ahead. You go
No. Go ahead.
Okay,
Go ahead.
cool.
'Cause-
Good
go
looking.
ahead.
And it was, and as we were sitting there talking, it hit me. I was talking to one of my young fellas, a young guy, and we were sitting up there talking about, why young people act the way they act these days. And he told me straight up, he said, OG, why should I respect your life if I don't even respect my life?
Yeah, that's crazy.
And I had to sit there and I had to think, and I was like, wow. And let me say this to you older mother freakers out here, man. You sit up here and you look at these young people and you sit up there and you say, oh, they need to respect me. Well, they want respect too.
Right.
And respect is a two-way street. It's not a one-way street.
Right.
And a lot of people, especially you old dudes, I'm talking to you old dudes, and yeah, I'm talking to y'all. You guys up there, you want the respect of these young people. Oh, they need to respect you. Why should they respect you? You sit up here acting like a fool yourself.
Right.
You trying to, I don't even want to talk how some of these guys be trying to live in their childhood. And I'm not going to go through that. We're not going to have that conversation again. But, and it's a shame that my generation, when it comes to no matter what it is, you don't respect these young men and women, but you want them to respect you. You forgot when you were their age.
Right.
And you went through the same thing they're going through. Oh, my mom and dad don't respect me. So now you're now your mom and dad age, and you see the young people. You're not even trying to understand where they're coming from.
Right. That's crazy.
You're just on some, oh man, I ain't trying to hear what you got to say. You just total disrespect. So now when they pull that thing out on you and be like, man, shut up. Now, I'm so sorry. They don't want to hear that. Now you already disrespected them.
Right.
You know what I mean? Every time I see them, I always respect them, man. Because I got to remember, I was their age at one time.
But it's another part to that too, man, because I think when we was growing up, or we different ages or whatever, but even so, when I was growing up, I remember there was a difference between the older dudes and the younger dudes. And most of the time, the difference was in the money or just in the way that they carried themselves. And I think nowadays, it's not really that much of a difference, or depending on where you at, it's not that much of a difference. I mean, because there's a lot of guys out here that made some decisions, throughout their lives that put them in a bad spot and they never recovered. And now you got younger guys who, especially with technology these days, like they've been able to, get an education, get a job, or figure out ways to make money, as teenagers or, as young men. Whereas a lot of the older guys, the money that they got now, these younger guys are seeing that money or close to it earlier on in life. So
yes.
I think that's another thing too. So I always get nervous when I hear young people when they do talk about respect, whenever they talk about money, because it's like, well, if that's the only thing that's going to get you to respect somebody, then we got to revisit what respect really is and what it means.
Right. And, and not to cut you off,
No, you good.
respect looks different to respect should look the same across the board, but it doesn't.
Right.
Respect looks different to everyone.
Right.
What my definition meaning of respect may be not the same as yours.
Right.
Because we were brought up different. I'm not just talking about me, I'm just talking in general. You know, you brought up different, so my definition on how I look at respect is, okay, you know, this, and this. And another person looks at respect, nah, man, I this way
Actually,
I look at respect.
No, you know what? Because that's a question. So, for you, what does respect look like in the relationships that you have in your life? Like, what do you view as respect?
Wow. I never thought about that.
I know.
But
you know what's crazy about that? Everybody looks at respect differently, and everybody's version of respect is different, but everybody wants respect. So that's what's so wild about it.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm asking you. Like, and I'll answer it too, like, you know,
Yeah.
for myself. But I just wanted to hear your perspective, because when you were talking, it made me think about it.
Can you ask the question again, please?
The question is, I feel like I'm at a spelling bee. Could you spell that word again, please? Could you use that in a sentence?
Go ahead. What is it? Go ahead.
No, so I was asking, what do you yourself view as respect in the relationships that you have in your life?
Well, wow. I view respect in the relationships in my life. Wow. I never thought about that.
Got him.
Yeah, you got me on this one. Respect. It's just and no matter what relationship or who I'm dealing with, I think respect is understanding where the person is coming from. That's the first thing. If I can understand what you're coming from, we can now have a dialogue.
Right.
And that means if I understand where you're coming from, I'm showing you some respect.
Right.
And being kind, showing forgiveness. That's respect. If I see an older person, show them respect. You know, and because we gotta remember, if God willing, we're all gonna get older one day.
Right.
You know,
That should be the goal.
Right, that should be the goal. And we're going to get older one day, and we want the same respect as, you know, or when it comes to parenting, you know, respect is to see my kids grow up, you know, making sure they can make it. And we'll get into a parenting, you know, into that situation.
Yeah, I was about to say, 'cause you about to take it somewhere else.
Yeah, and I'm not going to do that, you know. But and for me, that's respect.
You know what it is for me?
What is it?
For me, respect is having the best interests of either the person that I'm having that relationship with, and vice versa, that person having the best interest for me.
Okay.
To me, that no matter what we talking about, whether it's financially, mentally, emotionally, physically, as long as you have my best interest on your mind, that's respect to me.
Okay. All right.
Because a person who has your best interest will never put your business out in the street. They'll never talk crazy to you, and even if they do, like they'll probably apologize quickly. You know, if they realize they took it too far. Because even something as simple as that, right? When it comes to respect, some people get too prideful. You know what I'm saying? Like they let their emotions get into a situation with a friend, and rather than them just apologizing and saying, you know what, my bad, I took it too far, they'd rather just, oh, I ain't apologizing, that's sucker stuff. Like, but it's like, yo, at the end of the day, I've known you for X amount of years. Like, we should be able to piece this out.
It depends.
Yeah, not always. I'm not saying it's always easy, but I'm just saying a lot of friendships get lost because there was some level of disrespect that occurred, and all it really takes at the end of the day, in some cases, not all,
right,
but in some cases, all it really takes is for somebody to be like, you know what, my bad, I took it too far, I shouldn't have did this, I shouldn't have did that, and people don't be willing to do that.
Right.
So that's all I'm saying.
And a lot of times, that's not to cut you off. A lot of times, that's in a relationship. Is I ain't budging first.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh, I ain't budging first. She gonna think of You gonna respect me? But I ain't saying nothing to you. I ain't saying nothing to her. No. She gonna say something to me first. Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. And I'm gonna say this. Goddamn, my wife gonna get upset when I say this. God, she gonna
Say
get
it
upset.
respectfully.
I'm saying this respectfully. She gonna be upset with me. Woo,
Throw away 15 years down the drain.
No.
Cause ain't no room over in my crib.
Listen. Men, let me say this now, man.
Oh, I know what you about to say.
You don't tell I'm getting ready to say. Men, listen to me and listen to me good. Show, if you're able to, show your wife respect. You got one job, man. And that's to get laid. That's it, man. To get laid, man. Let's keep it real, man. Men, we talking, right, man? We talking, right?
Yeah.
That's why I'm the coach, man. I'm coaching you to make sure you get laid. You sit up there and, oh, man, I ain't see.
The coach make sure you understand the play.
Right. I'm throwing the play into you, man. Ain't gonna play, man. That's the play, man. That is the play. That's what it's about.
Yeah,
No, they ain't the only thing about, but yeah. But I just had to say that, But no, sometimes men, we forget, we disrespect our wives, and and it's a shame, and men, we're guilty where we won't apologize because you said something to your wife responded back, or your spouse or your girlfriend responded back, and now the first thing your feelings is hurt. Oh man, she disrespected me. I ain't saying nothing to her. Okay. Well, did you start it? What was your
role?
Yeah, what was your role in her response?
Mm-hmm.
Because if she respects you as you're saying the Beacon, she ain't gonna just disrespect you first.
It depends. It depends on the type of woman, because like you said,
it depends on. But what I not to cut you, I get it. And I'm sorry.
No, I'm playing. Go ahead.
A person just out of the clear blue, just don't disrespect the person. No. Something happened. Like you just something had to happen.
Yeah. No, I got you.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got you.
So if the man, if the two people that's in a relationship, and one of them feel disrespected, they're gonna respond.
Facts. But sometimes a person might feel disrespected over something that really wasn't disrespectful.
Yeah, but how can I sit up there and tell a person what? No, it wasn't really that disrespectful.
Well, I'm just saying, in the same way we talked about, when you grow up, you see what respect looks like. You got people that grew up the same way. They grew up and think that they see disrespect as a certain way. Mm-hmm. So they feel as though, oh, because you pissed me off, I have the right to do X, Y, and Z because I'm mad.
Most people do that, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. But that in itself is a problem. That's a problem. I guarantee you.
It depends on the situation.
I guarantee you, there's a good number of people who have suffered real life consequences because they went with their first reaction because they felt disrespected.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you that as a person who's done that.
Right.
Like, I used to always get in trouble because somebody do something to me, I immediately had to address it.
There's a lot of people in jail like that. Right.
You know what I'm saying? Thank God that was never, my situation. Right. But I'm just saying, like, there's been a lot of times where that could have been a real life thing, because for me, it's like, I don't do disrespect. I just don't do it at all.
Right.
But over time, I've learned how to just be like, you know what? Like, sometimes you just gotta let something go.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's not always, a response is not always required when you know where you're going. Like, I'm at a point in my life now where I got stuff to lose. You know what I'm saying? I think that's another thing when it comes to respect. A lot of people, they tend to want to be disrespectful or think that, they'll do anything to get respect because they don't have nothing to lose. But most of the time, that's the younger generation.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And be truth with you, these lines are starting to get blurred. The older people starting to do the same thing because they blurring the lines all of a sudden. They starting to, you know what, young boy, you disrespect me. And he may not even know he disrespected you.
Right.
It's no conversation. I didn't know. But as an older gentleman, you could at least went to him like, young man, and it's how you say it.
Yeah.
It ain't, yeah, man, who the hell you? No, it's how you say, how you approach a person is if you're going to get the respect that you really looking for.
And I think, speaking to respect and us being men or whatever, I think the older you get, you don't have to respond to everything the same way you used to. So, like, for example, if somebody was to disrespect me, I'm not responding to you today how I would have responded to you 10, 20, 15 years ago. Like, my response is going to be different to you.
Okay.
Because back in the day, as soon as I got disrespected, it was like either I got to put hands on you or I have to say something to you.
Right.
Sometimes it's more of a matter of I could address that, but me addressing that is going to lead to something else. And I got something else bigger that's more important for me to deal with. Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna deal with it. Like I'm gonna let that slide, and I'm gonna stay focused on what the end goal is, whatever that is.
Right.
And I think as you get older, that's something that you hopefully learn, because that'll keep you out of a lot of trouble.
That is true. That is true.
But going back to that thing of respect, if you feel like respect is, oh, I got to check this boy, or he got to know, or I got to make him feel what I'm feeling, or, if that's your version of respect, you're going to find yourself in a lot of bad situations.
Right. And if that's how you act towards a female, that ain't good either.
Yeah,
because an older gentleman told me, and I knew this, but it was, yo, you should treat a female how you want somebody to treat your sister and your mother. You know what I mean?
That makes sense.
And a lot of guys don't know it, but don't care. Because again, that's easy said. That's easy to be said, but if I ain't never see that.
And I guess it also depends on how you view your mom and your sister.
Yeah.
You know, because every mom ain't the mom of the year, and every sister ain't the sister of the year. So it all depends on how you view those women.
But for men, a lot of times we love our moms. It don't matter. It don't matter what your mom did. You love your mom.
No, I'm not saying you don't. But what I'm saying is, if your mom showed you a different way of living. So, like for me, I don't have this as my example of life. Like my mom, she didn't do nothing except take care of me and go to church and all that, right? But I'm just saying that some men don't have that relationship with their mom.
Yeah, I got you.
So they still love their mom, and they won't take no disrespect on their mom, but they don't view the women they deal with as their mom.
Got you.
Or they don't have they don't hold women to a certain value because of the relationship that they have with their mom.
Okay. That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. Okay. Yeah. Man, these were some good talk. So, we're getting ready to end this podcast, and we just want to say, man, we really appreciate, you guys listening. We got many more coming, and these are the type of topics that, we want to talk about.
Yeah, and we just trying to generate conversations, man. We trying to give a little, of our perspective. We're trying to give our perspectives, but at the same time, generate conversations. So, once you start to hear the conversations, you can give us feedback.
Right.
Leave some comments, ask some questions.
Right.
And maybe that'll lead to additional conversations. But
right. Yes.
The whole thing at the end of the day is we giving our point blank perspectives.
Yes, indeed. And that's what it's all about.
Exactly.
So on that note, I'm Fred the Coach.
And I'm the Beacon.
And this is
Point Blank Perspectives Podcast.
Signing out.
All right.